So in today's show, we're going to talk about dealing with yappy dogs. Welcome to the Rise to the Fire Show. I am your host, James Borman. If you are coming through, please do let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. If you haven't registered the 28-day priority list for the early bird, you can do it above. If you want to be, if you want to get the early bird for our next 28-day challenge, which starts on the 1st of May. We've been out for 2 months, bringing people in, taking a respite. We're now accepting people back into our programs. If you want to get amongst it, you click the link somewhere on that post or in our bio on Instagram. How we doing? Hope you had a good weekend. We had a long weekend, recharging the batteries, refreshing, kind of getting ourselves back to some state mentally. It's just constantly, it's never ending sometimes. But what I want to talk about today is yappy dogs and how to deal with them and how these two can help you deal with them. So yesterday we went for like a 4-mile walk. We went for this walk from our house all the way to the local wooded area and back. And it was around a 4-mile walk. And we had them on the leads and we were just walking along. And along the way, we come across, whether it was in a house, whether it was in a car, whether it was at the wooded area, or whether we were just walking past them, loads of like little yappy dogs. You know, those tiny little fucking scrote bags that are just yapping away at everything that moves. And I remember there was a couple in the house, in like the porch of the house, just like yapping at these two. As we were driving past, I was thinking, fucking, you two need to go and fucking tear the face off that little shit. Becomes quite annoying. But these two, the way that these two are, they just walk through it or walk past and give zero fucks. Like they literally don't even engage whatsoever in these yappy. They don't even look at them. Just like fucking strolling through like, what is that? You know. And I always admire them because I'm just like, oh, just go and fucking show me who's boss. Like literally, just go, do you know what I mean? Just go and show him who's boss. I don't actually literally mean go and tear him apart, but just like literally just tell him who's boss. And I always look at them and admire them at how they deal with yappy dogs. And it's funny because I kind of look at life in a similar way. There are always going to be yappy dogs in and around us, right? And yappy dogs can come in all shapes and sizes for us in our human world. They can come from close family, they can come from external sources, they can come from friends, they can come from a working environment. And the yappy dog is kind of like people, you know, being negative or picking up on your flaws or questioning why you're doing something or challenging you or questioning your identity or you're questioning your actions. And that's how I see yappy dogs. You know, those yappy dogs are just like people like that are around and just constantly nipping at you and yapping at you and pissing you off. And quite often, we can get consumed in that. Quite often, we can allow that to come into us and consume us mentally and emotionally. We allow that to dictate our actions. We allow it to question our identity and who we are and if we are doing the right thing. But then I looked at those two yesterday. I was just having this epiphany and I was just like, fucking look at the way that these two dogs deal with all these yappy dogs. They just like give zero fucks. They're on their path. All they want to do is go and have a run and play. That's what their mission is. They just want to get to the woods. And I was kind of thinking, well, that's such a good way of dealing with yappy dogs around us, you know, always yapping at our heels, is that when we just focus on our mission, it doesn't really matter about those fucking dogs. It doesn't matter about those people around us always fucking going on about us because number one, you'll never please everybody. Number two, nobody really knows you. Nobody really knows what's in here and what you believe in and what your values are and what your principles are. The reason that they're yappy dogs is most probably because they have different opinions, they have different values, different principles, different character. So naturally, they just want to yap at you. Yap, 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 yap. But if you just look from where you're heading and where you're going, actually, why would you take any shit from somebody that you wouldn't necessarily even take advice from? Why would you listen to someone that offers you no value? Why would you allow somebody to consume your thoughts and emotional and mental state from a yappy dog who offers you no value? Even if it's close family, guys, like, you know, you still might love them, but they might not offer you value. They might not encourage you or fill you with motivation. They just probably see the world differently. Just because they're our family doesn't mean they're not negative. We are quite often consumed around negative, yappy family members, right? As well as friends. But you can't just lose your family members. Family members, you know, we're born into that. So we have to manage that. And we manage that by just going, do you know what? I give zero fucks. Like what these two do when they walk past Yappy Dogs is like brilliant. It's just like non-emotional. I don't give a fuck. I'm just doing my thing. This is the way I am. I'm not interested. Because number one, like I said, you can't please everybody. You can't please everybody. Everything you do is not going to fall in line with everybody else's opinions. So just do your thing. Go all in on you. Be secure in what you do. Know what you want. Know where you're going. And like what these two do, just walk past the Yappy Dogs and pay no attention to them. Because if they get in your head and they start consuming you, then you're going to start changing your identity and character, and you're going to forget what you believe in and what your values are and what your principles are, and you don't want that. That's what makes you as an individual, as a man or as a woman if you're watching. And it's being able to define yourself by overcoming all those yappy little fuckers. And that's what creates you as an individual. That's what creates your legacy. That's what creates you as a person. That's what creates inner strength. Strength of mind, state of mind. And it says a lot about you and who you are and where you're going. And you can build and draw strength from that. Oh, that's deep. Fucking deep for a Monday, right? Anyway, listen, I hope that helps. If you're not on the priority list, I'd love for you to come and work with me. Literally work with me rather than just listen to the shows and actually do something and grow. You can add yourself to priority list here. Any questions or anything, come here. Fucking hell, there's a fox come out of nowhere. I thought my two were going to belt it then. Have a great day.